Robin.
And I'm on.
And welcome to
Bumblebee Love Palace.
Today we're going to be looking at or reacting to video from
Kevin Samuels.
He's talking to this woman and saying that she's average at best.
Well, let's see how average she is.
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right, so let me go ahead and take this down, ma'am. Men who make the kind of money you're talking about have options. And typically I don't want to deal with women who have 13-year-old sons, who are used to dating men. This doesn't sound appealing. So the kind of man you're talking.
How would you, if you were single, how would you feel about dating someone that had a child, especially like an older child, 13 years old?
It all depends, right? If I want kids or not. Because if I want kids, if they're younger, if it's one child, then yeah. If it's two or three, I don't know. Like 2 or 3.
That's like not.
One, all right. But raising two kids that are another man's child, I'm like, oh, that's more than I. If I had a choice or an option, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be okay if they were 13, as long as the woman was willing to have more than one child or whatever, because that's free babysitting. Like
oh my God.
We can turn it up because there's a 13 or 14-year-old. They can free babysitting. I don't gotta pay you money. So that's like extra help.
But if a woman has a 13-year-old, what's the likelihood of her wanting to have another one? Because that's like 13 years. That's a long time of
that's the
not having to deal with pregnancy and gaining weight.
That's the thing, though.
Breastfeeding and diapers.
If you're 40 something, then the expectation shouldn't be there because you're 40 something. But if you're in your 20s and your 30s, let's say 30s, right? Because if it's a 13-year-old, if in your 30s you want a man, like the majority of men will want to have children.
Yeah. Right.
So if you better be dating some 40-year-olds or 50-year-old divorcees or baby daddies if that's the case, because most young single men, especially if they're making some money and they're financially established, they're looking to have kids. Mm-hmm. So if you did your thing and you got kids already or a kid and you're not willing to have another kid, you need to put the demographic that you're looking at the 40s or the 50s, which it is what it is.
Talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I was thinking once I start booking session with you that
I can't change men.
I know, but I can approve myself, and I feel like I have a lot to offer to those type of men.
Okay, but see, you should have stopped right there. I just told you I cannot change men, and you said once I book a session with you, I'm not a miracle worker. I'm telling you what they want. And you're still saying, yeah, but I want them. They don't want you.
But I have been working on myself this year and booking your...
Okay, ma'am, but okay.
I think that's a little unfair.
It's so hard. Wait, she's so hard.
If it's just you got a 13-year-old child, you could work that.
I think he's.
If it's just that,
I don't know if that's all.
Let's go see. But if it's just a 13, for me actually, if I was single, and she was like in her, young enough to have some kids, a 13 or 10, 12-year-old would be maybe even a positive, because like I said, free babysitting.
Oh my God.
So.
You're crazy.
35. 13-year-old son with 35. A sketchy father. Why would a man who's in the top 10% of earners, who women across the country want that?
Because I have a lot to offer. I feel like.
Would you want your son
I would what she has to offer. Let her finish.
If you had a son making that kind of money, would you want him to bring home a woman who had a 13-year-old son from a sketchy father? Or would you prefer him to get a woman who had no children, was younger, and easier to get on his program?
I mean, any mother is gonna be like, yeah, I wouldn't want my son to be with a woman, a baby mama who has sketchy.
I guess it's all
Baby daddy.
it's all about who she's going after. If it's someone that's like 40 something, 50 something, and maybe they have kids, or maybe they've been divorced or whatever, then you don't gotta worry about the mom, because the mom's probably like, yo, just end up with someone. But at that point,
Yeah,
you know,
but she's talking about wanting a what does he call him?
high value man.
High value man.
Yeah,
So
it's easier to be
It's
high
all
value
about-
the older you are, though. If you're
yeah,
40
but
something,
that's what he's saying, that if you're a high value man, even if you're a divorcee,
yeah,
whatever, you still can get younger.
right. But to end up, this is between tapping them and being with them. If say I was single, I'm my mid 40s, right? You know, I wouldn't want to settle down with someone or be in a long term relationship with a 20-year-old or or even a 30-year-old that would want kids.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, you know, I already got 2 kids.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. You know, if the dude's like mid 40s, mid 50s, and they already got
And
kids.
he doesn't want kids.
Yeah, if you already got, I mean, when I'm my 50s or late 40s, I'm not sure I want kids. I wouldn't want, you know, because then you got to run around with them and stuff like that. You got to do with diapers. So
it's hard.
So if you got 2 kids
Yeah.
already, or if you're divorced and you got kids and stuff like that, you want a woman that, you know, maybe she already has a kid. Maybe she doesn't want kids, because if those that's, you know, if you're in a long-term relationship, you're about to get married.
But it's more than just she has a kid. The from what he just said, sounds like the father is maybe.
You always got to do it, but with baby mama, daddy drama, you know.
Not all the time.
But it's I'd expect there to be a little bit of something.
Yeah.
You know, you're blessed and you're lucky if you didn't, but you know.
Yeah, but like we talking about somebody who's like scary, or somebody who's just a knucklehead.
All right. You're going off. You're going off though, sweetie.
Depending on his age.
See what I mean? See what I mean? This goes so deep for black women. They will even. Should have been an easy question. No, I would not want my son to bring. I want the best for my son. That should have been the appropriate answer.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You should want the best for your son.
Of course.
But this is. But and are you thinking?
He's getting the clump.
If he brought home a woman, yes, I feel like I'm the exception to the rule. But when
No, you're not. That's the problem. You all think
rule.
you're the exception to the rule.
Y'all think you're the exception to the
But your
rule.
life is proven to
I don't
you
think
that
that.
you're not.
my love life is not.
We all
The
think
thing I don't
we're-
like
yeah,
about him is that it's always like, you black women this, you black women that, and I'm like, damn, like it's we're all different. We have different ways of thinking. We don't all think the same. Like this, you black women.
That's his audience though.
Oh,
Black women, black men.
listen.
You know?
They did. I agree with you. Because
That's my point, and ma'am, and that's my point. You ladies all feel like, listen, you ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
He's getting frustrated.
Go ahead.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Bullshit. I'm 51 and I can't beat them off with a stick.
Yep.
That's another one you lies.
It's easier. Like I have friends that are single and in their mid 40s. It gets easier, not harder, to date 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds in your 40s. You got some money. You know yourself better. You know your limitations. You know your strengths. So it gets a lot easier.
But would you marry a 20-year-old when you're 40?
Yeah, but we're talking about dating. Are we talking about dating?
She's trying to find a husband.
Well,
I'm not talking about just dating. All of these women that come on this, they are on this not to casual date. He even talks about he's always yelling at them about casual dating.
I would consider if I was single, I'd consider a late 20-year-old, like 29. You know.
Yeah, because early 20s is just...
No, that's crazy.
Talking about.
So, can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. So, do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Would I rate myself?
Just your face.
Why?
My face when I wake up, 5, but when I put myself together, 6.
I'm ugly when I wake up, but
right?
you know.
No, 5 is considered average.
Okay, average.
5 is average.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm a 10.
You are, sweetie. You are a 10.
With or without makeup, baby.
Mm-hmm. You look up like you woke up like that.
I did.
Okay. And how tall are you?
Wait, so what did she say?
I put myself together, 6.
6, 5 or 6. Yeah.
And how tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size.
She's shorty.
I'm sorry?
Your dress size.
5'5" is...
A 3.
Okay.
A
so
3?
that makes you, if you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average looking women tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get average men.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Did you, I mean, stop right there. Stop right there.
She like, but I want I'm a 5, but I want a 10. Like,
Yeah. I mean, she's not ugly.
she average though. I would say she's average.
Would you say
I mean,
she's
well,
average?
are we talking about physical or just total package? Total package with the kid makes her average.
He's just talking about looks right now.
Looks wise, well, she's rating herself a 5. So,
Yeah.
There, stop right there, breathe and digest.
Take them eyelashes off.
You're 35 years
Take
old
eyelashes.
and you can look
What's up?
around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up.
facts.
But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But ma'am, you please don't make me say it.
That's just, I mean, she got a big booty. She got a.
I mean, she's petite, size 3, and she's 5'5". She's an inch shorter than me.
I really just wanted some advice. I love your
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
I'm taking it in, but.
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact
Average
that.
at best.
Okay. Average looking women. Average looking woman who's older. Average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son.
35 is considered older?
Heck yeah.
Is
If
it?
you want kids, 35?
Yeah.
Think about it. You meet someone when they're 35. That means, you know, you're gonna start getting serious when they're 37. But yeah, I don't think she's with everything like that, with the age, and you know, she raised herself as a 5 with the kids. You know, we're going average for sure.
Average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy. This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10%
She's like
of
ignoring
men.
him. She's like,
Oh, that's true. That's mad rude. Like, yo, one you're interrupting his show because I think he wasn't gonna try and talk about this on this show, and then so she interrupts it to talk about herself, and then when he's trying to give her advice, she's like looking at her phone. That's
it's like she's taking pictures.
That's mad rude.
Of the computer.
That's mad rude.
You don't qualify for one. And you're making, I don't want to have to go there, but when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Average gets average.
Sometimes I feel like, in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, man.
Wow.
Die alone.
Like what you want to.
He is so.
Women like
I
you
could
die
never
alone.
talk to him.
Straight up. Because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, ma'am, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina. But if your ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities.
Oh, Lord.
And that's the reality. Men don't care about your money. Not the kind of men that you want. We don't care about your money. It ain't ours. We care about the fact that you are older and you got kids.
Mm-hmm. Those are pretty big factors, you know.
Yeah.
If you're high value and you're, you know, in your 30s or your 40s, 35 is a little old. I mean, you know, 50s maybe not so much, but if you're 40s, you probably want someone in your early 30s,
Early 30s or late
you know?
20s.
Especially if you want kids, because 35, you pushing it.
But
for
don't
kids.
most men, their first time getting married, are gonna want kids unless they're divorced.
Yep.
Well, maybe she should go after divorced men.
Yep. Maybe. you gotta know your lane.
Oh Lord.
And you're average.
You're average. You're average.
And your reality of your life has showed you that. You don't have the kind of men that you want knocking on your door trying to find you.
She's looking at her phone.
She is.
See, what we've done in this country, this world, is we've told women,
I mean,
that's
it's harsh.
That's childish, though. Like,
it's childish,
like,
but
she's
probably. Was this live? Is this one of those live things?
It is.
So she's probably embarrassed. He keeps saying you're average. Like, you know what I mean? He's kind of.
That's the thing, though. She opened it up though, because she could have booked.
I'm just telling you, that's what's happening. She's embarrassed.
She wanted a free lesson, a free session. She could have paid for a private one where no one's looking. Now she's viral. They even got her name on there. They got her name. People look her up. Jessica from North Carolina. I could probably find her phone number right now. You know?
That's horrible.
So she should have booked a private session with him if she wanted advice.
Oh, what happened?
Like yourself, that you can have it all, and you got a Prince Charming who's 6 foot, 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, jawline, all this other kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, man. No. Most people get average people, especially average people. You're an average person.
Right.
I mean, let's be real. You're not running Microsoft. You had a pet grooming business.
No, is that what she said?
Hey, it makes a loot, so.
You've been making 6 figures for the last 3 years.
She's ignoring him now.
Yeah.
Okay. But if I'm looking at you, if I looked at you and I took all that off of you, all the eyelashes and all the hair, what do you look like under there?
I mean, I look the same.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
Exactly.
I'm sorry?
No, you don't. You don't look the same because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
Mm-hmm. Those eyelashes are killing me.
What is your advice?
I think she'll look better without the eyelashes.
All right, I'll tell you my advice, man, because you're not listening to me. This is why I always recommend you need therapy.
Therapy.
Most of us in black community need therapy, but you're not dealing with reality. I asked you about your child's father, and you couldn't answer me. But it doesn't sound like you're too proud of him. What kind of student is your child?
He's an A student.
Does he have any behavioral problems?
No, he actually got a YouTube channel, and he's trying.
I don't need that. No. But where is it? But his daddy is still. If his daddy is alive, does he have a relationship with his father?
Yeah, he does.
Then what's your issue with him?
He's not business minded like my father and my uncle. And
then why did you choose to make a baby with him before you got married?
Young and dumb. I was 16.
Exactly, and that cost. See, that young and dumb shit. Let me stop you right here. That young and dumb shit you black women throw out as if it's supposed to.
He's kind of harsh with that black woman thing.
He is right.
Kind of harsh with that.
He's harsh with that.
Young and dumb is not a get out of jail free card. It doesn't go woof and change the fact. You still have to carry that consequence. And men are not rushing up to be stepfathers to 13-year-olds.
I'm just looking for a babysitter.
What would be better is if you honestly sat
Put
down
him to
and
work.
asked yourself, what value can I bring to a man?
And I know that what I can.
Well, all right. What value? What is it?
What is it?
What is it?
What is it?
I can help him with his business. I'm very business minded on the end of helping organize. And I plant into planting my own garden, so
She's a gardener.
I can definitely plant. I'm into improving my elegance with
Improving her
just
elegance.
self improvement and working on myself. And
Man, at 35 years old, here's what you told me. I can help him with his business. Due respect, ma'am.
He's not gonna need help.
And I mean no disrespect, but 20 to 30% of people own businesses. What about the 70 to 80% of men who don't own them? That means that doesn't matter. That means nothing to the average man. Then the next thing you said, I can plant. Ma'am, that means nothing to most people because we go to grocery store. Then you say,
For real, man, I be planting some
She
stuff.
needs to find one of those people, a prepper.
A prepper. No, but I spend all summer watering, planting, fertilizing.
Yeah, we don't
Like
have green
I
thumbs over
get no. I be getting these cucumbers and peppers. And I'm like, I could have bought this for like $2
Yeah.
at the store.
We haven't really grown anything.
All right, what are you talking about? Cucumbers? I mean, not recently because we just moved, but yeah.
Well,
Let's
yeah,
move
that's
on.
what I'm talking about here. We haven't grown anything.
Yeah, but that wasn't my point. I was saying, you know, like you do all that stuff, and it's, you know, you could have bought it for like $1 or $2.
self-improvement. I gave you a shot at saying what you have to offer to men, and you said nothing that we value.
what do you got? What do y'all?
Book a session.
Nah.
She want it for free.
Nope. I'm done. I've tried to go around.
Just trying to
This
get
happened.
all the,
Right.
the info for free.
We could end it there, but yeah, she needs to level set and get real with herself.
Yeah.
You know, like sure. I mean,
What
she's
do you have
doing
to offer?
she's doing good
I can garden.
because she got 6 figures in North Carolina, which is I think pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
New York, that's just basic.
Yeah.
You know, but you know she needs to reevaluate how she's going about getting those dudes. You know.
Like you said, maybe older gentlemen who already have kids.
Yeah.
And they're looking for a gardener.
Exactly.
Oh,
All right.
God.
All right, guys. That was Kevin Samuels and Your Average at Best. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. And like and subscribe.
Peace.
Peace.